It is good to see y'all again. So today I am reviewing my Cherry Saison, which if you've been around and been watching these videos for a while, you've probably seen way too much about this, but it is one of the first beers that I ever wrote the recipe and actually liked. Hey guys, just popping in here to tell you that the Bring Flora Brewing to a city near you GoFundMe is still going on, so if you want to support and get these beers that I've been talking about in your city, check out the GoFundMe. You can look at the link here or in the description, and stay tuned for the end because I'm going to show you the can design that I spent way too much time on, as I do with every design project, but I'm a perfectionist and a little OCD. Also, this beer will be released in Chicago on April 29th. It's my commercial debut, babies, so I hope to see you all there. Thanks! I keep going back to it, and it's been released on a commercial scale, but turns out people don't buy like high ABV beers. I don't know, I guess I'm like an outlier in that I feel like I only buy high ABV beers because I always have like a low ABV beer on tap. But so I got talking to the Pilot Project people, and we were talking about recipe adjustments and whatnot. And this recipe is actually like primed to change. If you've seen the past videos, you'd know that I always put a pound of just sugar in it, and this time I left it out to just basically decrease the ABV. It's looking like it decreased the ABV from about 8.5% to about 7%, so it's still pretty high, but it's gonna be less dry, which I'm kind of into, so it'll be less like drinking a rosé wine and more like drinking a fruited beer, which is kind of nice because like I'm not a huge like rosé drinker or white wine drinker. I think they taste like rotten fruit. That's a me thing. So if you got a chance to try the previous batch of Blossom Tonic at Pilot, I recommend you go back and try the new blend, I guess. Blend, whatever, recipe. Okay, so as you can see, it is very beautiful pink. It's almost like no, I guess cranberry is darker. Like the color of a cranberry skin almost? Maybe not. Strawberry color, that's the color. It's the color of strawberries, which I just planted. The head is a light pink, which I love. Really good bubbles going on there. There is some wheat in here, which helps with the head. It smells the same. It smells like a Saison that has some tart cherry in it. This has a 96 ounces in a 5-gallon batch. 92 ounces in a 1 liter. I think it's 92. If you saw the recipe, you'll know. Anyway, there's a ton of cherry juice. It's the tart cherry juice. You can buy it at almost any grocery store. And it's got coriander and rosemary. You don't really pick up a ton of the herbs in the nose. Maybe a little coriander. The rosemary is actually really muted, which you wouldn't think rosemary would be, just because it's so pungent, but it just kind of gives us a little depth. It's not like overt rosemary or anything. The coriander definitely shines through more, and the cherry juices steals the show every time, so. And the French Saison yeast. French Saison yeast has such a specific flavor, it's hard to beat. I won't make a Saison with anything else, honestly. All right, let's get to it. This one's better. It's better than adding the sugar. Good to know. So it's significantly less dry. It definitely is more like it almost tastes like a ghost, which is kind of funny. It has that character of almost being lacto fermented, but and in the very lightest sense. It's just kind of like a tart juice, you know. It does not taste like wine anymore. It kind of tastes like juice, which I love when beers taste like juice personally. I don't make the ones that are supposed to taste like juice because I haven't really figured it out, but I do know how to make this one taste like juice by adding a ton of juice. Okay, so it's got a tartness. Let's go do a second sip because that's what really counts. God, it's good. That's a really good one. It's hard to describe anything other than the tartness because it kind of masks everything else, but tastes like eating a cherry, really. Like when you get cherries and they're actually in season and you get Rainier cherries, which are obviously more expensive, but also more beautiful and also way more delicious. Black cherries got nothing on Rainier cherries. I've said it. Tastes like a Rainier cherry. Delicious. Fresh though, obviously. The body is great. It's a pretty medium body. It's not dry, which I feel like I should have done this a long time ago because I had this recipe that I knew I loved, and it did not occur to me that it could be any better, but I think it's actually better this way. Yeah, if you've made the cherry Saison before and you liked it, I suggest making it again and just leaving out the sugar. Like, all you really have to do is delete that ingredient from the recipe and, it's whatever. So easy. This is going to be a good one. I hope you guys get your hands on the commercial variety of this. I don't know what else to say. I'm very stoked. You can see it in my face. This is one beer that I'm not worried about releasing commercially. I've already released it, so whatever. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. Well, oh my God, I just got the rosemary. There it is. Wow. Yeah, you have to get like 3 or 4 sips in to get the rosemary, but I definitely did. Very light. It's like if you've ever had a cocktail with a sprig of rosemary in it, which I made these like holiday margaritas, whatever, and I threw a sprig of rosemary in it. It's just enough to give it a little what is that? But it's great. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.